Hi, this is Sandy Jo or Monkey Mimi from rhinestonetemplates.com, and I'm going to make a little tutorial here in Make the Cut. One of our forum members from WinPCSign2010.com, where we help work with rhinestones and learn software and stuff like that, was wondering how to take some of my TrueType fonts and work with them and make the cut. So I told her I'd make her a little video here, and I'm going to go ahead and I enlarged my mat to a 24 by 12 just to give me more space here on the mat, and I've already downloaded my my TTF fonts, Rhinestone TTF TrueType fonts, into my Windows font folder. And when you do that, they're going to show up in your fonts that you have here in Make the Cut. And I'm just picking here are some of my fonts here and that I've done. They're the RT fonts, the Rhinestone fonts. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick the my 3 rows of stones like in the eagles over here, and when I do that, when I type it, it will show the stones for me. But then we're going to have to go in and enlarge them to be the right size. If you want them to be a 6SS, a 10SS, a 16SS, or whatever size you want to work with them for the templates that you're working with or for hand setting. So how I work with this is I go ahead and go over to my add group of characters, the T that's over to the right hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this one right there. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this granny, and then that will take that off the screen there. And I'm just going to go ahead and type up Granny, and that's who this video actually is for. These are all in capital letters, so I have to make sure that my capital letters are on, so I'm going to put those on now. I just showed you what it would do if it didn't, and I just typed out Granny. And then we have to go ahead and accept, and when I accept it, then it stays on my workspace over here. Now you can see that this is very, very small, and these are bigger over through here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go ahead, and we want to see these arrows out here to enlarge it and have it keep all the holes exactly the way they're supposed to be. If you do it like this, it's going to drag it off and make it more distorted, or make it, you know, fat on one side and skinny on the other. So we want to work with the arrows here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag this and enlarge this, and I'm going to bring it into a 10 SS stone, which actually we cut it like a 14 SS to give it enough size for the stone to get in there, roll around, turn upside down, so we can pick it up face up with our transfer tape. I'm going to check and see where I'm at with my stone size now. So I'm going to come up into my shape toolbar up on the top, the import basic shapes, and I'm going to grab one of my shapes out of here, and I'm just going to do a simple one. Let's just grab a circle, and when I do that, it appears on my toolbar underneath here. And I'm going to make sure you have your little arrows here, and I'm going to enlarge, or actually I'm going to enlarge it pretty big here. And then I'm going to go ahead and stone it. So I'm going to come down to my lower toolbar and pick the square rhinestones, the rhinestone toolbar down here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and that's going to bring up our different sizes of rhinestones here, and I want the 14 SS. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes to preview on my mat and accept, and that changed that circle into stones for me right there. So I'm going to now, I know that's a 13 or a 14 SS stone right there. So now what I have to do is I have to use this right here as my guide to make sure these are the right size right here. And I can see these are very small and these are a lot larger, so I probably have these more like a 16 or 20 SS stone. So I'm going to go ahead and click off of that, click back onto Granny's stones here, and I'm going to go ahead and shrink that down, and I want to get those stones about the same size as the stones that we have over here. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up there, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring it down, and I'm going to place it on top of the other ones so I can actually see where I'm at for those sizes. And at this point I need to start enlarging this, and so I can see really, really well where I'm at or where I'm not at for that size there. So let's just go ahead, I'm going to keep enlarging and getting getting that in real nice and close and tight so I can see. And actually I think that our stones are going to be pretty good. I might be a little bit large yet. I'm looking at this one right here. Obviously these aren't all going to line up you know, with stone for stone on the sides, because this is a curve and this is a straightness. So just grab one stone and really look and see how it's lining up or not. And I'm going to come up a little bit bigger here so it's easy for you guys to see what I'm doing too. But so what you're actually doing is you're just making a nice little template kind of the stone size, and you can see my granny is still just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down so we can see it just a little bit better. Hang on just one second so we can see it just a little bit better. And let's get the right project here. I lost my project. There we go. I have 4 projects open and I don't need all those open. And how I did that was I added an extra project by the plus mark up here. So I went back to my project number 1 and brought that back in, and so now we're going to go ahead and just size this down a little bit. I'm going to get to the granny and make that we need to bring it down just a little bit more and make that just a little bit smaller, not a lot, but just a little bit. So let's go ahead and enlarge it now and see where we're at with our circles and see how they're sizing up, if they're sizing up pretty good or not. Make it a little bit bigger for us. I like to work with this stuff when it's real nice and big because it really kind of can show us what we've got going on or not. Now we need to readjust and get that circle in that area for us. And actually I think that's going to work pretty darn good. So at this point I would, because it matched up good, I would consider this to be a nice cuttable file for Granny, and I would go ahead and cut that as that is and send that to my cutter and cut that. So that's how you size up the RT, TTF, TrueType fonts, the ones that you can type, the ones that you put into your Windows font folder. I also have different types of fonts that I sell for downloads on my website, rhinestonetemplates.com. I sell SVG, and I also sell EPS files, and those files you actually have the whole alphabet and you duplicate letters, and you would take you know, the G out of the alphabets and set it over here, duplicated, and then the R and then the A and the N, so it's not typed out. They come as a whole alphabet and you line them up. But the TrueType fonts you actually line up. Now I used to be able to bring my TrueType fonts in to make the cut, and then there was actually an upgrade that I did a while back on Make the Cut, and it didn't let me bring my TrueType fonts in again. And this last one I just upgraded a while ago, it gave us the features to work with our TrueType fonts again. So I'm pretty excited that now you guys can work with my EPS or my SVG or my TrueType fonts. So if you need any help at all, just let me know, or come over to the WinPCSign2010.com forum. There's a lot of us over there that have Make the Cut and would glad to help you with the software or working with Rhinestones with this software. And again, this is Sandy Jo at rhinestonetemplates.com. Thank you.